Recently, Carmelo Anthony appeared on First Take with Stephen A, and the narrative surrounding Carmelo Anthony drastically switched from an ego-fueled, self-centered, unsignable player to a disrespected veteran leader who could be a great scorer off the bench, which is honestly an excellent PR move by Carmelo. But this PR move has shielded how truly poor of a player both on and off the court Carmelo is. Firstly, Carmelo is a dated player that hasn't adapted. When Carmelo Anthony was first drafted, the league focused much less on efficiency and usage rates, and focused more on the points scored. Players like Allen Iverson thrived in these systems as they would have the ball most of the time, missed a lot of shots, but also scored enough to win games. Carmelo Anthony has been unable to adapt to the new NBA, which is much more focused on efficiency. Another area of Carmelo's game that is dated is his shot selection. Carmelo Anthony is actually a great shooter, but takes a lot of bad shots. Out of 114 players that attempted 700 field goals, Carmelo ranked 105th in points per shot, which is shockingly low. The reason for Carmelo's extreme inefficiency is just how much he relies on the mid-range game. According to statistics, every player is a bad shooter from mid-range, and it is almost always a better idea to either score in the paint or go for a three-point shot, rather than pull up for a mid-range. Even great players like James Harden are extremely inefficient from mid-range, only averaging 0.782 points per shot from mid-range. 0.782 points per shot from mid-range is equivalent to shooting 25% from 3 scoring-wise. Similarly, Carmelo Anthony shoots 0.786 points per shot from mid-range, equivalent to around 26% from 3. However, the big difference between Harden and Carmelo Anthony is that Anthony took 460 mid-range jumpers compared to Harden's 128. Imagine if an NBA player today took 463 pointers when 27% shooting. They would still be more efficient than Carmelo Anthony. To put that in perspective, CJ McCollum, an excellent three-point shooter, only shot 445 three-pointers at 38% shooting. Statistically, Melo's mid-range game is shockingly bad, and in OKC, 39% of Melo's shots were from mid-range, meaning that his go-to shot is heavily dated and inefficient. In addition, Melo's on and off numbers for the Rockets last season are shockingly bad. When Melo was on the court, the Rockets were outscored by 63 points, and while Melo sat on the bench, Rockets outscored their opponents by 17 points. Plus on defense, other players were 10% more likely to score over Melo in the paint than anyone else. Another major flaw in Carmelo Anthony's game is that his ego wouldn't allow him to accept a smaller role. At OKC, Melo scoffed at the idea of ever coming off the bench, laughing at the reporter that asked if Melo would accept a bench role.
How do you feel about starting at the 4, or the concept of starting at the 4, or even coming off the bench? And the second question is...
Who, me?
Oh. I guess that answers that part.
I mean, I don't know where that started, where that came from. Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, well, how do you... I guess the bench question is not a question.
Currently, Melo isn't a good enough player to be a starter, and if he doesn't let go of his dream of being an NBA starter, he will never play in the NBA again. It's not uncommon, even for legends, to accept a smaller role at Carmelo Anthony's age. Vince Carter was actually the exact same age as Carmelo Anthony when he started to accept that his prime was over and accepted a smaller role within the NBA. Not only are Melo's goals to being a starter unrealistic, he's not known to be a great locker room piece, as he's known to clash with both coaches and create drama in almost every NBA team he's been in. It was for this exact reason that Team USA coaches didn't want Carmelo Anthony playing for them, fearing that he would be, quote, a distraction for the players. The truth is, there are very few benefits to signing Melo. At best, he can offer a little veteran leadership and be a scorer for the second unit. But in terms of experience, he hasn't had success in the playoffs, and his ego and shot selection are not values any NBA team wants to be showing their younger players. But honestly, I don't dislike Melo, and I truly want him to have a farewell tour or a final couple of seasons where he's able to retire on a high note as a legend instead of an unwanted scrub. This will require a dramatic shift in both Carmelo Anthony's attitude and ego, plus an NBA team that is willing to sacrifice a roster spot for a risky veteran. Alright, that is going to be all for this video. If you guys did enjoy, please leave a like down below. 200 likes and we'll keep doing videos like this. And I'll see you guys next time.